Hi, thank you for joining me when Anderson Just Be.me. Who are you creating for? Big question today. And this is to do with the activation of the indigos, what I've just been talking about. Where are you investing your time, money and energy? Who are you investing it with? What work am I doing? Am I getting a return back, an equal return for my energy? So this is going to indigos that are being activated to step up to perhaps begin a new spiritual based practice. You've got unique gifts there. You've got a calling, you're answering the call. Some of you may be struggling with confidence. You just got to get over yourself. If you want to do more and further investigation as to where that low confidence is coming from and where that low worth is coming from, look at your support systems around you. Do you have a family around you that is supporting you, that is nourishing the soil underneath your feet to grow? Or are they wanting you just to get a job to get the money? Pimp and prostitution archetypes are coming into mind there. Where are they pimping you out for their own means? Where are you being the prostitute because you're doing something that you actually don't want to do, but you're just doing it for money? And your spiritual based practice is probably something that lights you up and you love doing, but you're probably not getting the financial return that you actually really deserve for it. So maybe can we form a standardization in spiritual community and practices that we don't charge under £55 an hour. So when you think about it, those of you that are using your energy in these beautiful practices, particularly Reiki as well, what you've got to do to show up even before you step foot in the room with that person. You've got to take care of yourself, you've got to eat clean, you've got to manage your own energies, you've got to put in your own rituals and practices every day. You could have spent an hour before you've seen that person, and then you've probably got to spend the time, an hour at the back of seeing that person, just cleansing what energies kind of, what you've in that moment taken responsibility for. And if you're not kind of like have that finishing practice at the end of your working with somebody, you're going to feel tired, you're going to feel deflated. So you are worth more than that. So that money that you are charging is worth all of your learning, that you've had to learn that skill. You also have to keep yourself upright to practice that skill. All these things that you have to do behind the scenes, people don't see that, but it's time to start charging for that. So the £55 an hour may actually seem expensive to the person that is thinking of paying that for an hour, but they don't realise that you've got time either side of that session that you have to open up and close. So it's well worth £55. You are worth £55 all day long and more. So any of you that are working for £15, 25 quid, 35 quid, you're doing yourself a disservice and that whole service to self and others. So it's about value now, stepping up. When you think of a doctor, they'll get 70 grand basic, and they do 4 appointments nowadays, and even by telephone. They might not even see somebody in person, but they might. And all they've got to do is follow a flow chart to see what drugs they give you. So, it's kind of like, I'm really sorry, doctors, but, all that beautiful training that you've done and everything else, it's kind of like, you are worth more than that as well. But there are other types of doctors as well that are kind of like using their skills and adding to their skills that are, shall I say, the old-fashioned ways maybe that you may be bringing back in, where you do want to spend time with a person and you do listen and you do look at them holistically as to see what is going on, which is really difficult when you are told by directives that you only get 15 minutes with one person. I've had to spend 2 hours with a person to really get to the nitty-gritty of sometimes what is going on with a person, because some people can speak openly more than others, because again they may have the belief system that it's not safe to speak truthfully. So there's all sorts. So and I know a lot of energy working practitioners have spent years honing their skills, years and years, so to still be doing it for 35 quid an hour 10 years on or whatever, and everything that they have to do in order, you know, a doctor probably doesn't, spend an hour cleansing their energy and shutting down at the end of the day or after each client, every day. It's just not part of their sole contract. But their sole contract is to do whatever they're doing anyway. So I still respect for them for showing up in the manner that they are showing up in, because the same as a holistic practitioner, they have taken an oath which defies the logic of when they were, the interventions, but that's where the belief system was. But they were actually party to mass genocide. I would not want that on my conscience, to be honest. And when you think about it's mass genocide, when you do see a lot of, the last time I went to go see a GP, I think I had to pay for a test for some insurance or something like that. And my GP, it was on his ass. He couldn't even write on the form because his hand was shaking too much. And he had, so I didn't want to point out to him that he's got a vitamin B5 deficiency because it probably wouldn't have gone down very well. I have dealt with doctors before, like around Lyme disease, and they don't respond very well to you trying to place some other information that they're not getting from a higher up, what they think is the information centre. So you only get attacked, so I thought, well, I'll just leave you to it and, just take my form and go away and on my job, on my journey. So investing in yourself, investing time for yourself, rest for yourself, and also ask for that, for somebody to invest in you as well. If you're starting something new, invest in that course. How can you invest in yourself? Investing in relationships. If you've had a parent who's been narcissistic, you will have learned to expect very little love back, very, very little effort back into you. You will have been given breadcrumbs just for that buy-in, just so they can basically feed off your energy and life force and feed into their ego and make them feel better. So look at where your relationships, is it an equal investment right now? If you've got somebody that makes you feel really good and you're feeling guilty about, am I using their energy to feel good? Don't feel guilty. Use it because, hopefully they will be of the guys that if you deplete them, they will say no, and they will take time to rest. So boundaries on both parties in equal relationships. You will both have boundaries and you'll both respect each other's boundaries. So more equal relations, everything is getting more equal. So the indigos are bringing in oneness and equality like nothing else. So if you're getting an indigo and you're feeling triggered because this indigo is pointing out something or fighting against something, look at where you are bringing in inequality or division. So they are here to uphold the energy of oneness, the law of one, and equality. So if they're pushing back or somebody is pushing back, they're going to be an indigo with an activated contract, and it'll feel crunchy. So have a little bit of self-analysis. Do I have inequality somewhere in my energetic field? Because they'll alert me to it. So, you beautiful indigos, and creation. So self-analysis of who is it I am creating for. So take something on your to-do list that you've got to do that day. Who is it for? If it's 100% for somebody else and you get nothing out of it, and you continuously have this list of doing things for others and you get nothing out of it, then you've got to question, have I got inequality in my field? And Indigos will be questioning this right now, because they will be upholding equality. So look at your list of to-dos. Where is it equal? Am I getting a return on that? Can I get a return on that beyond my wildest imagination? Great, because you're in your worth. That's amazing. You're boundaried. Awesome. So it's just looking at that to-do list and want to-do list rather than a to-do list, because if you've got a to-do list, it'll come up in your lymphatic system and you'll start aching. Your glandular system, you'll just ache and you'll not want to do it. So look at your want to do list. That is more an energetic investment and probably a more equal energetic value to it. Am I getting something back from it? Am I getting a return back from it? Is there potentials of getting a return from it? If it's zero or very little, why would you entertain it? Value yourself. Invest in things that are worth investing in. So this includes your job, work, anything else. So if you're getting a little pay for what you're doing, like I said, thinking of starting a holistic based business, you need to be coming in £55 or above for an hour. You need to be valued. Obviously, if you're just starting out and just starting to get a client list, you can run a discount on a Happy Friday, something like that, to just to open your doors up to your value state and to get clients in. So, my beautiful Indigos, in love with love, I'll leave my love with you. My energy stays with me and your energy stays with you. Use that in your practices as well, because that could be really useful to keep your energy in alignment and equal. So equal energy, that's what attributes you are bringing in right now. Take care, love you all, bye.